Hello everyone, I'm Tina Otti, a registered nurse midwife, an internationally certified childbirth educator. I'm also a mother and a grandmother, and today I'd like to continue our talk on your amazing fetus, on the life that's going on under your very nose. Just to give you some fascinating facts about the development of your baby over the weeks and the months of pregnancy. So did you know that at 9 weeks, the fetus has been seen to be having hiccups, and closer to the end of your pregnancy you're going to actually feel those hiccups on the one side of your body, and it can actually drive you crazy, and there's something you can do about that, but more about that later. Fetus can also react to loud noises, and it is a fetus at 9 weeks because actually, officially, they end up being an embryo at 8 weeks, and then we call it a fetus. It sounds like a fish. I would prefer to call it a baby. So your little baby is already reacting to loud noises at about 9 weeks. Did you know that at 30 weeks, they are having active dreams? They're REM sleep, and 70% of the time in the womb is spent dreaming. They can taste food from their mother's kitchen. You are already preparing their palate for what's coming, and that will continue into your breast milk. Did you know that the taste of your food actually goes into your breast milk as well, which helps prepare your baby's palate for solids? Very, very clever. I have already mentioned that your baby can identify mommy's voice over a stranger's voice, and they love it when mommy reads a story to them. And if you read the same story over and over again, they get to recognize it and remember it. And you can test this by reading that story to your baby. They become very quiet. Baby once born, they become very quiet and actively listen. The same goes for music. If there's a particular song that you like, and your baby may react to it by moving around or even becoming very still to listen. And I've seen this with my own daughters, and when they've played the music they played in the womb to their babies, to when they played it outside, and the calming effect that it actually have. Did you know that your baby moves as much as 50 times an hour? And they can already practice seeing, not much because the womb is very close, so they can't look long distance, but when they're born, can see at about 20 centimeters, which is quite an intimate distance. At 14 weeks already, they can swallow. They are tasting the food and they can swallow. Those mechanisms are already there. The sense of touch is the first sense to develop, and it is a very important sense. At 9 weeks, we know that if we place a finger, and I have no idea how they tested this, if we place our finger into that baby's palm, the fingers and the thumbs will close around your finger. At 12 weeks, okay, the fingers and thumbs will close anyway, and they can put their thumb and the fingers together. Also, pain perception starts very early in the womb, and on scan, I've actually seen a little embryo during amniocentesis moving away from it's called a withdrawal reflex, moving away from the needle just in case that needle pierces them instead of just taking up the fluid. So many, many years ago, people used to think that the embryo, the fetus, and the newborn baby didn't feel pain at all. We now know differently, and we treat our babies and our little embryos inside our womb with great respect and care. So I hope you found that interesting, and that you keep those things in mind when your baby is born, that you continue a conversation with them. So more about prenatal stimulation will be coming up in further sessions with me. Look out for those.